All right, everybody, welcome back to another installment of the Coeur d'Alene Summer Classic Tournament Rankings Countdown. This is looking back at our 2025 teams. We had 90 teams, 90 of them that I had to go through and do resumes for and check out scores and then rank them. Rank them. So where does your team fall into these, out of all these 90 teams? Where did your team ultimately place when it was all said and done? So, feel like I'm a little more on my game this week. Felt a little off last week as I started to get back into this, but hey, let's see if we do a little better this time around as we look at teams number 79 through 70. This is based on how your teams did in group action on Friday and Saturday, and then of course bracket play on Sunday, the all important bracket play to see if your team ended up taking home some hardware as well. So, all right, let's dive right in. Let's take a look back real quick of what let's recap last week. All right, this is what you guys missed last week. And of course, you can just scroll down and find last week's video. Number 90 was the 86ers, the clean and sober team from Coeur d'Alene. It was their first time ever playing. It was their first time ever taking the field, even. So they came at number 90. Number 89 was another first-year team, the RFB Res Stars. And then I think from Flathead, if I remember right, number 88, Scared Hitless, another first-year team from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Number 87, Showtime Northwest, Travis Mendy's team, who's played in 4 or 5 of our tournaments. Same with Wish You Were Beer, a team from Spokane, Travis Adams' team. That was their third time playing. Sage Creek came in at number 85, a team from Coeur d'Alene, who's also been in the tournament. That was their 9th year. 84 was Fam Damley, a first-year team out of Spokane. We theorized this was probably a family-based team, but we didn't confirm that for sure. Number 83, the CdA Blue Sox. They've been in this tournament for 5 years. Last year's aluminum bracket winner. Number 82, Swinging a Prayer from Spokane. This is their first time playing after a 5-year hiatus. 81, Quit Your Pitching from Kalispell. And then number 80 was Kalispell. That's Lisa Chapman's team from 81, Quit Your Pitching. And number 80 was those guys. Team has played for 14 years. Our first out of city team. They're from Missoula, Montana. That ever played in the tournament. They're currently ran by Ashley Nichols. Okay, that rounded out our 90 through 80. So let's dive into number 79. And number 79 was Bat Around, Stacy Stevenson's team. This is their 5th year playing. They are out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Like I said, Stacy's 5th year tournament. Last year they were in 2024. They ranked 42nd, and they played out of the nickel division last year. Okay, they played out of Group R this year, where they went 1-2. They took on Little Riot, which used to be the old Master Batters team, Colton Howard's team, and they had a really good team this year. They fell to them 24-2 on Friday night's action. Then they took on the Diamond Daddies out of, I think from Spokane, if I remember right. And they lost to them 19-4. And then they were able to chalk up a win against the FRB Res Stars, beating them 13-8. That put Stacy and friends in the aluminum bracket this year, where first round action, they were able to outlast Swinging a Prayer 13-12, and then ran into No Glove, No Love in a really good quarterfinal game, fell to them 16-12. So we'll see where Stacy's team ends up this year, number 79. Okay, number 78 is the Raptors. The Raptors are out of Spokane, Washington, ran by Nate Fornes. This is his 4th year taking his team to the Coeur d'Alene Summer Classic, and they ranked number 75th last year. Last year, we only had 75 teams, so they had the dubious honor of being the first team mentioned in last year's videos. But an improvement this year with the amount of teams in, even though they're ranked 78th. Still, they placed 12 places better than the other teams. They played out of Group B, where they went 1-2. They beat the 86ers in Friday night's action 20-0. Then they lost to No Glove, No Glove 11-5. Remember that score, by the way. And then they lost to Team B Better in their third game 19-6. That put them in the aluminum bracket, where they took on Showtime Northwest in a good first round battle with Travis Mendy's team. They were able to beat them in sort of a shootout, 23-16. Then they were able to another shootout. They were scoring some runs, the Raptors were, 25-14 in a quarterfinal win. Then they matched up against No Glove, No Love again, semifinals, this time dropping 5-10 instead of 5-11. But a great showing for Raptors. Number 78. All right, number 77 is the Master Batters. This is a first-year team out of Spokane, Washington, ran by Isaac Nave. Didn't know too much about this team. I didn't get a chance to see them play, but I did see some scores, and they played out of Group P, where they ended up going 1-2. So let's dive in and see how they did. They took on Day Drunk 2.0, which is the old Team Day Drunk team, a team that's been in this tournament many years. They fell to them 17-9. Then they played the Ballaholics, where they fell to the Ballaholics, a team from Coeur d'Alene. They fell to them 13-6, but they notched their first tournament win, beating Showtime 10-2. That put them in the aluminum bracket where they made a little bit of a run on Sunday. In the first round, they outlasted Quit Your Pitching in a great game, 23-22. And then they went from a hitting slugfest to a pitching battle where they beat the Blue Sox 8-6 in the quarterfinals until they were bested in the semifinals in another great game, 17-20 they lost. So a pretty good run for Master Batters. Number 76 is No Glove, No Love, playing out of Spokane, Washington. Normally ran by Ryan Horner, but TC Hune took over the team. TC is just the nicest person you could ever meet. She was very nervous about taking over this team, but she had nothing to be nervous about. She did her team proud. They played out of Group V where they went 2-1. They lost to Team B Better in a pretty good slugfest 9-6. Let's remember that score. Raptors, they were able to take care of them 11-5, and then they played the 86ers where they beat them 20-0. That put them in the aluminum bracket, and they made a run. In the first round, they took on the Fam Damley, where they were able to get by them 14-12 in a really good game. Quarterfinals, another great game where they played Bat Around, Stacey Stevens' team, and they were able to beat them 16-12 to move on to the semifinals, where they took on an up-and-coming Raptors team. They were able to get by them 10-5, and that put them in the championship against Team B Better out of Alaska. Team B Better had a great tournament. They fell to them 11-9 in a great game. It came right down to the last inning. Great job, TC. Great job, No Glove, No Love, 76. Okay, and we got number 75, and that is Return to Sender, ran by Mikey Alamadover. Mikey, I've never asked your last name, how to pronounce it, but that's how I'm going with it. This is their first year playing in the tournament, though they've played under a different team, Multiple Scoregasms, a little bit before, so kind of a bit of a first-year team a little bit, but also bringing over some of those players. They played out of Group A where they went 0-3. They took on the Misfits, and they fell to them 10-7, Misfits from Lewiston. Then they played the Montana Braves from Missoula, lost to them 12-4, and then they fell to the Pass the Bunt team, Tyler Flowers' team, 13-8. So some pretty good teams they played, and they were battling them all really, really well. So really good job for Mikey and his team in round robin play, even though they did not chalk up a win. Then they were in the nickel division where they took on a 509 Nation team from Spokane. And I'll tell you, 509 Nation really came out firing the first couple rounds hitting the ball. They fell to them 7-20. But for Mikey's first year running the team, not bad at all, number 70. Okay, we move to number 74, and number 74 is Rip It for Ryan. This is Summer Keenan's team, a tribute team to Summer's son, Ryan, playing out of Kennewick, Washington. We always enjoy having Rip It for Ryan over at our tournament. This is their fourth time that Summers brought a team over, and they were ranked 49th the year before. They played out of Group U, where they went 0-3. They took on Bad Decisions. This is AJ Hancock's team from Missoula. They lost to them 8-6. And all of these were pretty good defensive battles. They took on the 509 Nation. They lost to them 9-5. And then they took on Huboff's Landscaping in a late Saturday game where they lost 8-5. So that put them in the nickel bracket, where once again they played some pretty good defense again, even though Shenanigans is who they took on. Shenanigans had some late inning runs here and was able to take care of Rip It for Ryan 18-9. So, but we enjoy always Summer's team over here to the Summer Classic. Number 74, Rip It for Ryan. Okay, we've talked about this team a lot. Number 73 with other recaps. Team Be Better out of Juneau, Alaska. This is a team that struggled in the tournament in years past, but they had a great 2025. They were ranked 74th the year before, so only 75 teams last year. This year they come in 73rd because of so many different teams. They played out of Group B where they went 3-0. They won that group. They beat No Glove, No Love 9-6. Then they took care of the 86ers in afternoon Saturday action 14-0, and then they were able to beat the Raptors 19-6. That put them in the aluminum bracket where they made a run. First round, they took on the FRB Red Stars. Keep in mind, there were 16 teams in this bracket. They beat them 20-1. They took on Wish You Were Beer in the quarterfinals, beating them 15-4. Master Batters in the semifinals, a pretty close game. Master Batters gave a battle. They were able to take care of them 20-17. And finally, No Glove, No Love in the championships, and they won 11-9. So congratulations, a great win to see a team that's basically with the same players each year get better each year. Congratulations to Team Be Better, number 73. Okay, number 72 was We've Got the Runs. We actually named them We've Got the Runs too because we had two different We've Got the Runs teams in. This is Corey Bernard's team out of Olympia, Washington. The first time we've ever had a team over from Olympia. So this is their first time ever playing. So it was great that she was able to bring her team over. They played out of Group B where they went 0-2-1. They took on Pitches and Bros, first-year team out of Spokane, and they lost to them 14-8. Then they took on Carl Hoskins' team, Wasted Potential, in one of the lowest scoring games of the tournament. They lost to them 5-4, and then took on a pretty good Drunken Monkeys team and tied them 9-9. So round robin play, no wins, but some really competitive games against a really good Wasted Potential team that's taken home hardware the last couple of years. So that put them in the nickel division where they took on the Ballaholics, and the Ballaholics came out firing Sunday morning and beat them 13-3. But overall, not a bad showing. Number 72, wish you were runs. Moving quickly into number 71, and number 71 is Nimi Poo plus a few. This team's out of Lewiston, Idaho, ran by Tom Samuels. This is the first time we had a few Lewiston teams here this year, the most we've ever had. This was Tom Samuels' team's first year in the tournament, so we welcome Nimi Poo plus a few. They play league down there as well. They played out of Group I, where they went 1-2. They took on the Base Invaders, a team that's played in the Summer Classic many years out of Coeur d'Alene. They beat them 19-16. Then they took on Caught Looking and just fell short a little bit to them, 15-14. And another decent game, they took on the CdA Aqua Sox, who've in the first 2 years of the tournament for them, they've turned out to be a pretty good team. They lost to them 14-6. So that put them in the nickel division for their first time ever in the tournament. And they took on a Sunday Sinners team that went on a run. So, and this was Sunday Sinners' first step. They were able to take care of Nimi Poo 12-1. But we appreciate Tom bringing his team, number 71, Nimi Poo. Okay, we wrap up this week's recaps with number 70. Number 70 is the Huboff's Landscaping team. Hey, I know this team. This is a team that I run. We've been playing league ball for about 20 years over here, and this is our 15th year in the tournament. So, we've gotten one trophy. We got a second place trophy one time. That's the farthest we've ever made it. So we played out of Group U this time. We went 2-1. We took on the 509 Nation and we beat them 15-9 Friday night's action. But then we lost to bad decisions. AJ's team out in Plants Fair, we lost to them 19-12. And then we were able to come back and outlast Rip It for Ryan in a really good defensive battle. We beat them 8-5 Saturday night. That put us in the nickel division where we were the first team out of the whole freaking tournament Sunday. We had some bad innings, and Day Drunk came out firing. They beat us 33-5 and maybe one of the more lopsided scores of Sunday's action. But anyways, love my team. Thanks, Huboff friends, for coming out and playing each year. That's the Huboff's Landscaping team, number 70. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this week's action. We'll look at teams number 69 through 60 next week. Tune in, find out where your team's at.